Hi and welcome back, my name is Emily. In this video I will be creating 3 cards using products both from Miss Ink as well as Thermoweb. There is a fun collaboration between these two amazing companies that is going on all weekend, so if you have missed that you will have a lot to enjoy later on after you have watched this video. So to start off, I'm using this really neat stencil from Miss Ink. It's called Rainbow Builder, and I will start off. This has 2 layers to it, or actually 3 layers depending on how you are seeing it, but the rainbow itself has 2 layers. And I start off by using my little ink, is it called sponge daubers? I think it is. It's my small mini inking tool there. You can see my container that is full of them, and I'm using one for every color family. And this one I'm only using with distress oxides. So all other inks that I have, I'm using another set. So I don't want to contaminate them. I haven't experimented enough to know if they are going to be ruining the ink pad if you are using any other. So that is just my tip to keep them to the same color family. So when I'm done with this, I will lift it up so you can see how it looks. And now I will use the third and final layer, and I will use a product from Thermoweb called Trasfer gel, and this one is the duo one. They have a couple of different ones, and this one you can choose if you want to use a laminator or if you want to use the pressure from your die cutting machine. And for this card I will use the pressure from my die cutting machine, but later on I will use the laminator as well, so you can see how I'm building up my sandwiches when I'm running them through the different machines later on. So for this card I'm just going over my stencil here with that transfer gel. And I messed up a couple of times when I did this, because I actually ripped my stencil off a little bit too impatiently, and that made it so that the stencil transfers some of the gel to places where I didn't want. And you can see I got some overfoiling when I run this through my machines later. So here is a black piece of transfer foil from Thermoweb, and just using my X-Acto knife here to cut it down to size, and I will use that for our first card. Here is that second card, and I used some Moonlit Lake transfer foil. This one is in collaboration with Make a Forte. It's just stunning. And here you can see the black one. I'm also gonna use pressure here, running it through my die cutting machine. And when I'm doing that, I'm just using a piece of copy paper because my plates are quite dirty, so I don't want to ruin my projects. This is one of my favorite foils. It's in collaboration with Brutus Monroe and Thermoweb, and it's called Rain Glow, I believe. So here you can see how magic that is when I'm peeling it off. You can also see what I was talking about earlier when I ripped my stencil off a little bit too in a hurry, and I got some gel where I didn't like it. But you can see I'm going in with my X-Acto knife here, and I will just gently peel away all of the foil that got stuck in places that I didn't like. So this panel isn't ruined at all. You can just clean it off, and I used a regular eraser later on just to smoothen the paper out when I was done with this. And if you have some places where the foil didn't transfer at all, and you can have a white spot in your rainbow, for example, I just use a Copic marker that matches the color underneath, and nobody will ever know that you didn't foil it perfectly. And I have to say, I have used Thermoweb's transfer gel a lot of times, and I just love it. I always get good results. So here is my panel where I just foiled that Moonlit Lake, and I will go in with the second stencil here in color. So I'm using one pink and one yellow for my rainbow here. So I just love how that turned out, and I'm using my ink daubers here again. And for finishing off my my rainbows here, I will use some die cut clouds, and to get some more interest to that really plain card that we started off by creating, I will create some really fun textured clouds. So I'm taking the leftover piece from this moonlit lake, and I'm just taking some double-sided adhesive tape and pressing it down to a piece of cardstock and then laying it on top. And then I can place my die down and just run it through my machine. And if you are doing this a little bit more careful and don't get any like wrinkles in the foil, it turns out even more beautiful. So here you can see our 3 cards laid out, and I chose a couple of sentiments from stamp sets from Miss Ink, and I will stamp them directly down to our cut out clouds. So one will say "Get well soon," and the other two will have the same sentiment, and it's this really beautiful one here. You will see it in a second. So there you have it. And since this last cloud had the foiling, it's a smooth surface, so I went in with some ink and I will heat emboss it in clear embossing powder just to make it stick on top of that surface. That is just a trick if you are afraid that you will smear your stamped image. I put some double-sided foam adhesive to the backside of all of our panels, as well as I cut them slightly down just so they will fit nicely with a white border around on a standard A2 size panel. And then I will also take some foam squares here and pop up all the clouds. So I will continue doing this for all of our rainbows here, and that will pretty much finish these cards off. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumb up. And if you hop on over to Miss Ink's blog, you will also find a coordinating blog post where you can win some amazing prizes. So don't forget to stop by there as well. And Thermoweb is also giving away some gift cards, so please stop by Thermoweb's website as well and you will find everything. There was also Instagram hop going on a couple of days ago, so hop on over to Instagram as well and you will see even more inspiration with products from Miss Ink as well as Thermoweb. Until next time, have a great day. Bye!